A bit of it came as a surprise to me, but I wouldn't say I'm too surprised, especially when he mentioned his age. He mentioned that he's 30. I mean, he's won everything winnable with City. But yes,
They are not out, their books don't show that they have a kind of money,
Yes.
So that's where it became.
So City again, so City sued the Premier League, saying that you have no right
to evaluate, to say the value of our business, whatever business that we get,
Yes.
And
so the implication of that, of course, we know the implication of that means if City wins this, it means that there would never be
no longer regulate where funds come into club.
Nothing close to a level playing ground. It's not possible.
Exactly. And we see all the industries in this world, all the economic industries in this world, they are regulated in the banking. You can't just bring money from nowhere and just put into your business. Transit TV, welcome back again. It's been a little bit with my brother, my man, Ogum, back to the studio. Ogum, good to see you, bro. How have you been?
Man, I've been good. It's good to be back on screen with Transit TV. It's been a while, I guess 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Avia, before we continue, I want to let you know, congratulations to Ubum. Last weekend, he just became officially a FIFA licensed agent. And it's, on behalf of the viewers, the family of Transit TV, you say congratulations to Ubum. Congrats, bro. Welcome to the echelon of footballers, players management. Good to see you. I'm happy for you, bro.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for your encouragement. It's a journey, that we've been on for a while. Thank you for your brotherhood and encouraging me to continue to pursue my dreams. So we still have a lot of work to do moving forward. Very glad to be able to become a licensed FIFA agent.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, there's now hope for those large pool of talent out there down there in the eastern part of Nigeria. I'm sure this is going to benefit a lot of this up and coming young talent over there. Yes, today Avia said we want to talk Manchester City. For some time now, it has been a known fact or a widely spoken issue that City is about the best run club in the world, from the way they manage players to how they replace outgoing players and how they scout their players, keep players to leave, and when players leave, the team tend not to suffer from it. And the way they have won trophy dominated football in England the last decade. But news coming out from their camp the last 24 hours to 48 hours has traveled completely the opposite direction. And today, me and my brother want to look at these two very key developments in Manchester City as a club. Let's start with Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know how you feel about this one, but this is the most bizarre, or what I would say unprofessional, interview or outburst by a professional footballer that I've seen lately. I know 2 seasons ago we saw, what's his name, Mokala Modric. They used the word twerk for Arsenal to come and get him. But what KDB, the interview he granted yesterday, I don't think I've read something like this from a player of his stature who is under a contract with a club, coming openly to almost say that he's done with City and he is moving to Saudi Arabia. I don't know, what is your general feeling about this one?
It came as a surprise to me. It came as a surprise to me, but I wouldn't say I'm too surprised, especially when he mentioned his age. He mentioned that he's 30. I mean, he's won everything winnable with City. But yes, he seemed quite unprofessional the way that he pretty much was calling for Saudi Arabia to come. What I sense from that is that maybe he's been approached previously. And
no, he has been. The news says that Emelana has had a meeting with his camp.
Yes.
As a possible, move.
Okay, so yeah. So he's pretty much just setting the scene, because he's remember that he's a coach. Did the same thing pretty much, saying, "Oh, this might be my." He was not sure he was gonna sign another contract after this. So everybody's pretty much declaring their stand.
Mm.
And in light of what's going on with City presently, you can also see that maybe they have something at the back of their minds, and they're trying to secure their own futures. You know,
I don't know if you remember, beginning of last season, I think I mentioned something like this, that Manchester City, from what I have seen, the way they struggle to keep the silver, the way Gundogan, the way players are trying to leave, that it looks like something is wrong in that dressing room. And lately, we've seen the Pep and KDB go head to head with each other on the bench, either being substituted or something, And I've been sensing it for a little bit. But for him to come out this way, I mean, if they have approached you, if there are talks going on at behind the scene, you don't have to come out and say it puts City in a very certain position. You now being officially the FIFA license agent, you understand what negotiations are. When a player comes to say this, he practically hands over the negotiating power to Saudi Arabia and makes City kind of helpless in this situation. I don't know what you think about that.
I don't think so. I think that it's more of issues at the back room rather than the dressing room. City has major issues. I don't know whether you've seen the latest as I yesterday.
Yeah, we're going to go into
We're
that.
going to come to
That's
that.
the
Yes,
we're going to talk about.
I think that's where the problem is, not necessarily the dressing room. And the reason I say not the dressing room is that these guys have won four on a bounce. A broken dressing room or a disjointed dressing room will not win four on a bounce. There may be issues here and there, but the dressing room is intact. I think that this issue has to do with them realizing that this club may be in trouble soon, and everybody wants to secure themselves. So if you look at it that way, you will see that, De Bruyne is going to do whatever he needs to do to move before the trouble that's coming, if it will come, comes. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Not after doing everything he's done in his career. At this point, everybody wants to make sure that even if he puts City at a disadvantaged position, he has served City well. I think
Yeah,
he's earned the right to move. At this point.
yeah. I don't have anything. Of course, I think the last 2 seasons, we've always known that the way physically he's been, it's going to be impossible for him to continue to compete at the highest level in EPL, because physically it looks like he's gone. Almost every season he's injured. He misses several weeks of play. But it's just that the way he's going about it, for me, it doesn't really look professional, except that, like what you said, he has made up his mind that he doesn't care what happens to City. Whatever it takes for him to get out there, he will do it. For me, I don't think it's professional. I don't think it's the right way to go. And having the quality that he has, I don't think he needs to do that to get out. I believe Saudi Arabia will do everything within their powers to get him to Saudi. So, and like you said, he has started it very well. I don't think if he goes to them and tell them that, hey, I want out, they are going to be funny with him. I know Pep has always maintained that when a player wants to leave City, that they hardly, keep him back in the team. So it kind of, like you mentioned there, it kind of, shows what's going on in the club as a whole, because we've not seen something like this for some time now with City. City have lost a lot of very important players, and there are no issues. They get over it smoothly, and everybody moves away. But this one, for KDB to come, even talk about his wife, what his wife wants, and there was just too much details to that interview. I was listening to it and reading it. I'm like, did a professional footballer say this? And it's not just a player that brought into the scene 3 years ago. This is a guy that has been at this level for over 10 years. To come and be saying this, that really confirms or strengthens your point that it's really bad at City right now. For me, it's really unprecedented. I don't think this is the best way to go about it. But it is what it is. Like you say, Teta says, it shows that nothing lasts forever. And once you go up, the only very short thing that will happen is that somehow you will come down. And maybe this is it for City. this is the time we're going to test if City actually have real fans or people that are, drawn to the success that the team has witnessed in the last decade. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything to add to that before we move to the main issue?
Yeah, let's just move on to the main issue. Again, as we are discussing it, we know that nothing is concluded yet, so nothing is conclusive yet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
On top of that, again, City is suing EPL. That one again just got me thinking, what's going on here? Are these guys? Because one of the things I found out or I've read, it makes sense to me that City are doing everything possible to delay this or squash these allegations, this 115. Of course, like you already mentioned, nobody said they are guilty. But when you have 115 count charges against you, I don't know how not even one will not catch you. And what even made it more kind of bizarre was how EPL swiftly penalized Everton and Nottingham Forest this season. 13 points from them twice, Everton twice, and Nottingham Forest once. And still we have this age-long allegation against them, and nothing has been done about it. I think, I don't know, I kind of feel that this is not looking good, both for EPL and for City. I don't know how you see that development right there.
It's not looking good for EPL and City. I've listened to quite a few analysts discuss this, and this is what I've learned. The details of it is the major issue is that City have been accused of getting their sponsors to offer inflated sponsorship contracts, right? Just to make it very simple for our listeners, let's say, I operate let me say a business that sells clothes, right? I operate a business that sells clothes, and then I have sponsors. One of my sponsors makes detergents, right? Detergents to keep clothes clean, and the sponsor, and I have other businesses also that have sponsors, and all of them have sponsorship deals within a ballpark. The ballpark, let's say they pay $10,000 every year for sponsorship. And I bring a company, right, that sells detergent that I also own. I also have interest, a stake in that company. That company comes in and offers a deal for $100,000. When the rest of my rivals have sponsorship deals that are like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. I bring someone. Again, the key there is that I also have a stake in that sponsor's company, right? Meanwhile, the rules say that if we are bringing in sponsors, all those sponsorship deals have to be looked at to be sure that there's no hanky-panky going on.
Yeah, and the key thing about it too is that the deal, the sponsor that you brought, looking at them, don't look like they want even 100,000. But that's about spending 100,000 to sponsor you. That's another angle to it.
That's right.
People have 4 or 5. Nobody barely knows them. They don't do big business. Yes. They are not out. Their books don't show that they have a kind of money. So that's where it became.
So City again. So City sued the Premier League, saying that you have no right
to evaluate, to say the value of our business, whatever business that we get, we get.
Yes. And so the implication of that, of course, we know the implication of that means if City wins this, it means that there will never be.
No longer regulate where funds come into club.
Nothing close to a level playing ground. It's not possible.
Exactly, and we see all the industries in this world, all these economic industries in this world. They are regulated in the banking. You can't just bring money from nowhere and just put into your business. They're going to ask you, where did this fund come from? Before we go into people being linked to terrorism, and all of a sudden football is destroyed. So I don't know what it is fine about. And again, this is just one aspect of the charges. I also know that City have been found guilty by UEFA, convicted, and they did not contest it. The only thing they contested was that the FIFA rules stopped them from being punished after a certain number of years gone. So there is no argument that this offense was committed. I don't even know why it's difficult for EPL to use that as a basis to Forget about the other one. This is that aspect. There are a few charges that UEFA said, yeah, you are guilty of this offense. And they said, yes, they agreed to it, but they only fought back with the clause in the rules that says, after a certain number of years, you can no longer punish us based on what happened maybe 7 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And that was how they got off the hook with UEFA. And EPL don't have such clauses in their own rules. So even if you do something 30 years ago, you can still be found liable and punished for it. So I don't even know why it's taking this time to. And the important thing for our listeners as well, people who don't know, this came out because EPL has set aside 2 weeks from now to start the hearing, or next week to start a hearing against City on those 115 charges. And the hearing is going to last 2 weeks. Apparently, this is a way City is trying to use to either delay or stop that hearing from going on. And what this means is that if they are found liable, most likely the beginning of next season, City, we might see City deducted 20, 30, or 40 points, or even relegated, or whatever, depending on how many of those charges they are found guilty. And this is not looking good for a club that we have huge respect for. I mean, they have done what they have done in the past, if they are found guilty, to set the tone. But after that, they have really run that club, managed players and dressing rooms, and succeeded by really looking good in the eye. For them to start fighting dirty this way, it looks very desperate. I don't know. Either way, EPL needs to stand strong on this one, because we could see the end of EPL with this case if they don't handle it very well. Because if City wins, it's really going to, spark up other issues with other clubs. I'm sure people are waiting in the background to see how this is going to pan out. But I know this is just my personal opinion. I'm also worried. I hope there is nothing City knows that is not good in EPL that no other person knows. Because if that's the case, because that's what, for me personally, I've been thinking, why is it taking too long for EPL to, get done with this case? Are they scared of something? I don't know if you're talking that way. Because City are not acting like, whistleblowers. Sometimes when they have some privilege, remember Trump used those kind of dark tactics during his time. If he has something on you, it goes head on with you and try to, So I don't know. It's really.
Well, for me, it's all good. We have all kinds of leaks that we watch. I don't really care. Yeah, if there's something they're hiding and it's bad, expose it. It's all for the good of the game.
Yeah.
This game. I'm a referee, and honestly, the integrity of the game has to be protected. Otherwise, there's no point.
Exactly.
Otherwise, there's no point. EPL, for all the enjoyment that they give us, I still think that there's a lot of corruption in the refereeing system. There's still skeletons in the cupboard. So just like every other place, if we want to make things right, there's something bad going on, we expose it, and we, everyone moves on. It's not gonna. If it ends, there are other leagues to watch. England will still produce another league.
Exactly.
Football will never die. We'll just move on from England and what. After all, look at the European season that just passed. How many English clubs made it past the quarterfinal stage? I don't think any made it. Maybe semifinals. Right? We still enjoy the good game. So it's just that most of our favorite players, African descent and all that, play for EPL clubs. And of course, we love Arsenal being the team that we represent. So for me, there's no loss if City exposes anything. I believe it's for the good of the game.
Yeah, we'll see. Vias, let us know what you think about this one. It's really a very strong news coming out from City, both from KDB, players moving on, Pep saying he wants to move as well. And Pep's own, I'm not surprised about it. He has maintained that he told City, if they are found guilty of any wrongdoing as charged, that he is out. So I don't even, he's saying that he has 1 year left, he's going to leave at the end of next year. I don't think Pep might not even stay at the beginning of next season if they go through this process and it's found out that City are guilty, because you already said it. And I think that's what I also heard happen to Klopp. That's why Klopp left Liverpool as well, but not in a corrupt manner. He had told them that if they sign up for the all for nothing documentary, he's going to leave. And once Liverpool announced it, he told them that he was going to leave. So
Oh
Uh,
wow! When is it? When is theirs coming up?
I think
You
it's
know?
this season.
Okay.
I don't know when it is, but Liverpool announced it, and Klopp said he was going to leave.
Okay.
He's not up for it. I think that's the reason. They didn't say it, but I eventually found out that that was the reason why he
Okay.
is leaving. And many are now saying that Klopp is going on sabbatical for 1 year. After Ancelotti leaves Real Madrid, he will go to Real Madrid. So
Hmm.
we'll, we'll see. And like you said, clubs in England, I mean, on the pitch, City have been the best team in the world, in the Europe or in EPL, but maybe something somewhere wrong has brought them to that level. So it's now we're going to see what's going to happen from there. But I'm good to have you on this one. Viewers, please don't forget the Euros are starting next week. Like Ogum said, we're going to preview the favorite teams to win it next week, and we'll be bringing you review of those games. And stick around in the channel as well. We'll be having the highlight for those who have the time to watch the games live. We're going to have a highlight of all the major games on our channel starting next week, including the Copa America as well, who being hosted. The Euros this year hosting in Germany. Germany is playing the first game. We're going to review that game and bring you insights into that game. And let us know on this one what you think about KDB, what you think about City. Do you think City are guilty? And if you are, what do you suggest that EPL should do to them, considering what happened to Everton and Nottingham Forest this season with minimal uh, 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 offenses to the rules. So we'll see you again, and bye for now. Ciao, bro.
Okay.